So what happens after you finish a Viking Rhine River Cruise? Viking personnel may help you all the way up to the check-in line. And in our case, we took a Lufthansa CityLink from Basel to Frankfurt, and then it was time to get on United. To state the obvious, your destination depends on where you're going. In our case, we were heading to the United States. If you take a Rhine River cruise that travels from Amsterdam to Basel, there's a good chance you'll go back through Frankfurt Airport in Germany. And Frankfurt is one busy airport, but we cleared immigration there easily and went to the United Gate. We were flying back to the United States in United's premium economy class. Boarding the 777 was easy, made a little bit easier because I have a little status with United, and because of that I was able to get a look around the seat before too much more went on. I was in seat 20A, the first row of premium economy, right up against the bulkhead. What have I got? Noise-canceling headphones in the pocket? Check. Good footroom? Check. Little built-in remote to control the touchscreen? Well, I have one. I never use them. Low-tech person-powered seat recliners? Check. In-flight entertainment screen? Well, yes, but it swung up on an arm from the seat since I was in the bulkhead. And a broad selection of movies to pick from? You betcha. Immediately, United started to manage my expectations, but I didn't mind. And here's a better look at the headphones. They'll certainly do. And all premium economy passengers are given a The Robody or a Therabody amenity kit. Especially when you're in the bulkhead seat, you gotta put your stuff in the overhead bins. And although there were personal reading lights, there were no personal air vents. The flight left on time, and we saw the now familiar safety video that features a gate agent we actually had in Chicago once. So if you thought all those people were professional actors, what's wrong with you? You can often judge how vast an airport is by how long it takes to get to the runway. Frankfurt's a big one. One thing that I think underscores the size of the airport is the number of smaller jets that plane and deplane at remote stands. Reaching the runway from the taxiway, I became interested in watching the takeoff. I always do. And yes, I'm going to include that in the video, so here we go. That wasn't me, by the way. There was a young child on the plane. Take long to get into darkness and cloud cover, but take a look at what we saw when we broke through the clouds. When we reached cruising altitude of 34,000 feet, the cabin service began. The first pass was for nuts and a beverage. I chose a Coke. But not long after, it was time for the premium economy meal. This chicken offering was plentiful and actually good. I especially liked these chocolate bits for dessert. We were flying on December 16, and it being Christmas season, there were some Christmas films on offer. Holiday Affair is one of those oldie but goodie type movies. If you don't know it, you really should watch it sometime. while I was watching it, water was brought around all the passengers in premium economy. Well, that one ended, and it's time to watch something else Christmassy. Or maybe not. After about 5 hours, the food cart came around again. We were going to be served another meal. It was this rather unremarkable sort of burrito, pesto-y, chicken-y kind of thing. Not sure what it was, but it was fine. And it was served just in time for the turbulence. But the good news is there wasn't a lot of turbulence or for very long. After about 7.5 hours, we were landing again, so now it's time for me to assess what we experienced. On the flight over, I had sprung for United's Polaris class, and it's real nice, that's for sure. But in my assessment, premium economy is just fine, and especially if you're not going to be sleeping and don't need the lie flat feature, it's really pretty good. The cost difference can be tremendous. Of course, there's also a pretty big cost difference between premium economy and regular economy, so you've got to look at that as well. So we were back on the ground at Dulles Airport. Time to get back to real life after a wonderful time in the Christmas markets. In my next videos, I'm going to show you those markets, so why don't you subscribe so you don't miss anything? And if you liked this one, like it, and if you have any comments, leave me some comments and, all that stuff. Bye!